welcome to the live session of Writers at Work. Hello, 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 hello. Let's wait for people to come in. Somebody just joined. Hi, just joined. So I'm going to say hi because it's hi with a question mark. Hello, Stitch 101. Welcome to you. Happy Monday. It's Monday. Galaxy Boys is also here. Like that. So the week has started. Oh my God, are you all ready for the week? It's gonna be a long and exciting week ahead. It's because are we entering the last week of September? Yippee! I early yes. Hello, RS. RS yeah. Is that how I pronounce it? RS yeah. Zim zam zam. Unknown. Hello, unknown. Ozil 05 is here. Ozil 05. Ozil 05, you are using your original account, right? OMG, Compre Cloze my words. Hello, strawberry shortcake. Strawberry shortcake. Where are you? Are you a different strawberry shortcake, or were you choco cupcake? I just want to see. Um. I just wanna see. I just wanna see if you renamed yourself strawberry shortcake, or you're a completely different person. You're a completely different person compared to choco cupcake. Hello, Kara. Hello, Log Sect. Welcome to all of you people and strong people of the world. I truly believe that you're all strong. um, we are now currently October 23. So technically, ladies and gentlemen, technically, okay, let's have a look at our calendar. We are actually in the last week of September. That means to say, for you P6 students, you're basically facing your paper 1 and 2 this coming Thursday. To those who are not P6 yet, you're about to step into October, which means end of your examinations. And for you taking the O levels, it would mean your paper 1 and 2 on the 17th of October. There's so many shocking stuff, huh? Hello, Alyssa. Welcome. 3 more days, log sex. Why are you sad? You should be happy. What? At least you get it over with. Let's get it over with. You know what I'm saying? I think I will get AL6 for PSLE English. Hello, A. Why do you think you're getting AL6? Is it because that's what you got from prelims, or you got lower in prelims, so you're aiming for higher on PSLE? I'm so tired of studying. You're tired. We are all tired, Alyssa. I feel you, okay? I just did paper 1. I got 81. Mega 41. Paper 1 81. Paper 1 81. Paper 1 for what? Mega 4. That's what I got for prelims. Okay, A. Whatever you got for prelims doesn't mean to say that's exactly what you're getting for PSLE, yeah? For good or for worse. That means to say you could definitely go higher or you could go lower. I mean, that's the reality of it. But what I usually tell my students, A, is that from your prelim grade, go 2 levels higher, possible. But I can tell you, A, I've had students, many of them, who even they shock themselves for PSLE. One thing I can tell you is my P6. I have this P6 girl. You will see her a lot in some of our testimonial videos. She got AL5 for prelims and got AL1 for PSLE. I'm not giving you false hopes. I'm just telling you that your prelims is not the basis of your PSLE score. Who were you when you took the prelims? You are like a completely different person when you take the PSLE exam. Okay? So let's not allow, hello Emma, let's not allow our recent examinations in school to define what we are getting for our upcoming examinations. Okay? And that's why I'm proud of you for getting into the live today, for continuing to do your revisions. for continuing to put in more efforts to study for the examinations. You're making productive use of your time. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that is why I welcome you today for today's live. We are doing a comprehension close drill. Mhm. So you all gotta be strong. Mhm. Did strawberry cupcake? What do I say, cupcake? Strawberry cupcake answer the question. Strawberry cup shortcake. Are you choco cupcake or no? You are really strawberry shortcake. First one is okay. 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 Ladies and gentlemen, we shall start. Okay, we shall start. So today we're doing comprehension close drill. I am. Oh, you are. So you are now finally strawberry shortcake. You have promoted yourself from choco cupcake to strawberry shortcake. I am looking forward to your next promotion. What food will you be next time? Okay, everyone, let's start. Before I begin, actually, by the way, let's go back. Remember my discussion with you last time on Compre Close. What were the three major question types that they ask you for Compre Close? Do you recall? Okay, hold on. I am choking on myself, but I don't have water. Can I ask one? Thank you. You will see the back of Jean very quickly. You see? That was Jean. Thank you, Jean. Okay, people. What were the three common types of questions they ask you for Compre Close? I am saying common now, of course, there's more, but most of them is normally like this. Who can guess the first one? I forgot. Skibidi. Hey. Okay, Kara, very good. You've gotten the second one. Collocation. Collocation, remember these are phrases, words that always go together. So when they give you the phrase, because you are familiar with the phrase, then you're able to answer the blank. That's like idioms, proverbs, phrasal verbs. All of them are collocations. Okay. Number two, who can guess the first one? Number three is like obviously grammar. There's quite a lot of things in grammar lah. Grammar then covers a lot of things. They usually test you if you know your articles are and the. Of course, if you know your conjunctions, do you know when to use however, although, all these things, and, okay, conjunctions. Sometimes they like to test you with your BFFs, okay, from, to, between, and, like that, yeah. Connectors, very good. Ozilo 5 connectors will go to conjunctions. And of course, the biggest of it all is your contextual clues. These were the ones that I told you were in. They will give you the synonyms inside as the clue. Sometimes they will give you the antonym or the opposite of the answer. Sometimes they will give you examples inside. So for example, they mentioned TV, washing machine, microwave, because the blank is appliances. Okay? Or they will give you the actual meaning of the word. And so because they gave you the meaning, you should be able to get what the word is. So this is it. A big chunk of all your questions will be covered by these three types. So I need you, it's understanding the kinds of questions they usually throw at you is half the battle won. Yeah. So that's why you have to know what the usual questions are. This goes the same way for editing. This goes the same way for comprehension open-ended. The passage will always change, ladies and gentlemen, I know. But knowing the types of questions you will be facing and then learning a structured way to answer them is the way to revise for English paper 2, whether you're primary or secondary. Okay? So let us start. If you can even name the type of question you're dealing with, that will be good. Okay? Now, let's start. A team of scientists have unearthed what is believed to be the largest spider fossil ever found. Blank near Daohugo village in northeastern China. So we're talking about a spider fossil that was blank near this village. So your clue is that they gave you a place. You are referring to a place. Therefore, what do you think is the answer? Okay, I see. Located, located. Hello, sad hamster. Indeed, you are sad. You're giving me sad faces. Kara, located. Um, you are so unprepared, is it, sad hamster? Sad hamster, if you think you're unprepared, then make the most of the rest of your time. I'm happy you are here. Okay, so good job, everyone. That is indeed located. Located near the Daohugu village in south northeastern China, the perfectly preserved specimen, okay, is a close relative of the modern day spider known as the golden silk or weaver. It is a type of spider known for the impressive blank it weaves. Okay, spiders weave what? What's that thing that they create that you cannot? Okay, you know this one obvious, very contextual for sure, very contextual for sure. Okay, um I see webs, very good. The answer is indeed webs, okay, for the very impressive webs it weaves, okay, very good. Moving on to number 53. Experts blank that the fossil is about 165 million years old. What do you think is the right word here? Experts? They have given an information, so you go, experts estimate, discovered, estimate. Okay, there's a much simpler word here that you guys can use, yeah? Experts fossilized, found, okay? Okay, so here's the thing. Now, we cannot be very exact with this, correct? Okay, we cannot be very exact with this, but the very good word to use here is that experts say that the fossil is about 165 years old. Okay, now what surprises them? What surprises them? Guess cannot strawberry shortcake, because if you're an expert, you cannot guess. Whatever you say or whatever you claim should be something that you can back up with data. Can? What surprises them is its rather large size, which blank about 5 centimeters when stretched from end to what? So do number 54 first, okay? Do number 54 first. What surprises them is its rather large size. So this is a very basic grammar, which is testing you of your subject verb agreement. We're talking about its size, okay? So singular, so check your singular, plural, and check the tense. I always tell you, normally when they test you with subject verb agreement, they also like to test you with tense. So be very careful with this too, because sometimes you got it correctly, it was actually indeed singular, but then suddenly you go present tense even when it should be past, or suddenly you go past even when it should be present, then you lose your marks. That's exactly the same wrong answer that you may commit in editing and even in grammar MCQ. Okay, so be careful. Okay. If you can see, we are the entire passage is in general tense is present. Also, we are talking about a fact here. When you're talking about a fact, you have to use present tense. Okay, so size here is singular. And of course, this is a fact, so we go for present tense. It's about 5 centimeters when stretched from end to what? This is a collocation. How do you complete the line? Hello, Kai! Welcome, Kai! Like that. Okay, from end to what? From end to, we are trying to actually talk about the exact, they're trying to give the exact size of the spider. So if you want to talk about the entire size, you are measuring from end to what? Very good. Well done. This should be easy. Good job. That's end to end. Well done. That is because this specimen of spider blank during a period when oxygen levels were much higher. Correct. This specimen of spider, so it's 165 million years old, so it's definitely older than us, okay? So they are not, okay, they're not living in today's world. Therefore, they what during a period. So they what before. So if they existed before, what's the right term for it? Okay. Mm-hmm. Yes, Kai. Of course, you get a warm welcome. Like that. Okay, Mega 41 lived, created. I'm dying because of this. Zim Zam Zam. My goal is to keep you alive, so don't die. Okay, that is because, okay, now, this specimen of spider, mm, um, Resia, we cannot use created, yeah, because we don't technically create creatures, okay? But we're talking about the time when they existed. So they, when they existed and actually inhabited the world. So the right word for this is actually log sect, correct? Lived, okay? Well done. Lived during the period when oxygen levels were much higher. Okay, causing similar insects. I may per that is because the specimen of spider lived. It has to be lived now. I may actually consider existed. That is a question that I may need to see, but I may consider the word existed. Okay, causing similar insects to blank to almost monstrous sizes. Two. So now we are talking about this a continuation of the same sentence. Please be careful. When the sentence is long, take a pause, read the whole thing again. Okay. This is because the specimen of spider lived during a period when oxygen levels were much higher, causing similar insects to blank two, almost monstrous sizes. They what? They We're basically talking about them becoming what? People. This one, okay, you are all, why are you all giving me very, people of the world, why are you giving me very complicated words? So they lived during that period that because of the very high oxygen levels, they actually, like that. They, similar exist, they grow, people, they grow, huh? They grow to monstrous sizes. Yeah. Okay. Now, for example, now Zim Zam Zom, I will not accept mold. Okay. Um, I think I overthink. I will not accept mold. Okay, you know why? Okay, let's be very particular with this because I know you're trying to use a very technical term, mold. Mold. Hold on, give me a moment. I shall entertain meaning in biology. No, no. I think mold mold is too mold is too specific. It's too specific. It doesn't apply to the entire group. Mold. Eh? No lah. Cannot use mold. Hmm. Cannot. Hmm. Mold. Haya. Aja. Okay. They always give me the wrong mold. No. No. Mm-hmm. To try to change and no, cannot. The mold is a wrong word. Zim zam zam. But good try. Good try. Let's move on. Because you mold into you mold is more on the shape, not more on the growth. You understand what I mean? Yeah, mold is more. We're not talking about the actual molds of the fungi one. No, no, not that mold. I'm talking about the changes in the shape. Okay, mold is more towards the reshaping as opposed to the growth. Okay, Now, for example, backwatts, dragonflies sported a wingspan of up to a meter, while millipedes is measured over 2 meters. This one perfectly pairs with the word backwat. Okay, we're still talking about the past, ladies and gentlemen. So must say back. Ah, 5 more seconds.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Very good. Back then. Okay, back then, dragonflies were bigger, so quite a lot of them. I think from that point in time, we also have very big dinosaurs, okay? So, big animals, okay? Similar blank to today's golden silk orb weaver, the spider also had silk spinning organs on its legs. Okay, this is pretty obviously a pair of the word similar, okay? Now, this word is always wrongly paired with a specific preposition. I hope you do not do that same thing. Similar what? There's only one right answer for this. Similar. Ozil is saying to. Zim Zam Zom is saying with. Okay, who else? Do you agree? Okay, Kara too. Eliza too. Okay, Log sect also too. Okay, similar, you have to pair it with a word to has zimzam, not with. Alphabet speaker, Rezia, correct. Okay, I know maybe sometimes I perhaps do it unknowingly during my conversation, similar with, but the correct prayer for similar is actually similar to. Okay? Now, suggesting that it too was capable of spinning large webs to blanket spray. Ah, collocation. What do these insects do? They want to what their prey using their web? Very easy, huh? Uh-huh. Ah, okay. Now we have three words: catch, capture, and trap. The right word is actually trap. So there is a very subtle difference between capturing and catching as opposed to trapping, because capture and catch is the manner by which you take them, but the web actually doesn't just capture and catch, they also trap, such that after they're caught or captured, they cannot go. So you see, the more the more appropriate word to talk about how they're caught plus how they're unable to actually go away, to get away, is actually the word trap. Yeah, yeah. So student plus studying. Zim Zam Zam, I'm telling you, very good vocabulary about the suffering that you're going through, huh? And we must improve our vocabulary for Compre also. Ay, 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 but that's some good entertainment from time to time does help, okay? Zim Zam Zam. Now I learned something from you today, huh? Okay, moving on, ladies and gentlemen. Scientists believe that the ancient spider has been around for over 350 million years. Blank the Earth was one big supercontinent called the Pangaea. No, we're talking about a specific time before. When you are talking about a specific time before, this is a contextual clue. You use what word? Time. Kara, I'm talking about the time. So, very good. Thank you for reconsidering. Do you all agree with that answer? Okay, very good, very good. When the Earth was one big supercontinent called Pangaea. Okay, Rezia, is your answer for 61 or 62? Now, I cannot accept since, okay? And I will also not accept old. Now, if you read it one more time, listen to me. Scientists believe that the ancient spider has been around for over 350 million years. You told me old earlier. Old, putting old there is one of those mistakes that you may actually do, especially when you only look at the immediate words before and after the blank. Okay, so try not to fall for that. It has to be sometimes, you really have to go from the beginning all the way to the end. the entire context before and after the blank to get the whole picture, as opposed to just checking the closest words to the blank. Okay. Number two, I will not accept since, because if you say since, that means to say it started before and it's ongoing until now, which is not. We're basically just talking about a specific time in the past. We use when. Okay. Now, however, the species was well spread out by the time Pangaea blanked up to 7 continents. Blank up, it pairs with the word up, and then you see, right, from 1 it turned to 7. So the right word for this is what? Okay, Zim Zam Razia, she not even done explaining. Thank you so much, Logsex. Thank you very much. You're all very excited, huh? Ladies and gentlemen, very good. It's actually split up. So careful, don't be so excited. Let's go number by number together. Okay. The species spread out, spread out by the time Pangaea split up into 7 continents and can therefore be found in many blank of the world today. In many what of the world today? Starts with letter R. You're talking about major sections of the world, and we call that what? Parts I will not accept, because parts is way too generic. Parts can be parts of the body, parts can be parts of a place, parts can be parts of a building. So parts is way too generic. I am just talking about the different sections, bigger sections of the world or the planet Earth. So the more specific term for that would be, very good, regions of the world today. Spread out in many locations. Will I accept spread out in many locations of the world today? I will not accept locations, mainly because it's previously talking about continents. Okay, locations is way too small to cover, but parts is just too generic of a term. The region is the one that's closest to the term that you can use to actually talk about the different continents. Okay, so that is why I'm not accepting locations as well, even countries also. So this is the main connection. I want to refer to a term that covers the continents of the world as well. Okay, now let's move on. Since its close relative thrives in tropical climate, scientists speculate that the Dauhugua region used to be warmer and more humid blank it is today. More, you see, we're doing comparison, comparative. So when you are doing comparative form, you are basically comparing. You're comparing the before and the today. You use what word to do a comparison, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, I see. 5 more seconds before I reveal. This one should be straightforward. 3, 2, 1. Good job. You are comparing, so you say then. You're comparing before and today. Okay, moving on. Generally, blank are not well represented in the fossil records, as their soft external skeletons do not preserve well. As such, this is a significant find in the world of paleontology. Okay, think about it. This discovery was very important to them because, reason being, specifically these group of animals scientists do not normally get their fossil or their remains. It's because of the nature of their external skeletons do not get easily preserved. I am talking about the entire group of animals where spiders belong, because this group of animals actually very hard to discover their fossils, cause their external skeletons do not really preserve that much. So I'm talking about the family of spiders. Scorpions also belong to this group, the mites. So they all belong to, oh, very smart. We're now almost close to science, ladies and gentlemen. Very good. Very good. Spiders, scorpions, mites, all of this belong to the group arachnids. Yeah, very good. Well done, people. Okay, we started very easy, correct? Did you find that easy? Are you ready for Are you ready for set 2, ladies and gentlemen? Now, is a word found in the passage, or is it generally in knowledge? Kara, this word was not mentioned in the passage. So this would rely on your knowledge, because they are technically, they would claim that they have been giving you contextual clues, which is correct, because they are basically talking about this group of animals, soft external skeleton. And because they've been talking about spiders, plus they gave you a contextual clue that they're talking about the family of animals where the spider belongs, you are given the contextual clue. They would expect you to know the answer. Yeah. So there may be some students who may not know the word, but unfortunately that's how the Compre Cloze works, right? So your general knowledge is also tested technically. Yeah. Okay, we are moving on to set 2, strong people of the world. You have got to be strong. Now, let's go. Dengue, dengue people, dengue. Let's go. Now, Singapore is bracing itself for a major dengue outbreak. The numbers could rise blank higher than the current 19,386. Okay. Now, this one is pretty straightforward. Now, higher than, clue. Okay, clue. You are giving a current number, and they are assuming it can go what? Okay. We are currently high, but they're saying it can go blank higher. So, what's the missing word? Now, to higher, more higher, even higher. Okay. Now, Ozil, remember, higher is already in its comparative form, so you don't put more. Okay? You only say more to those words like more beautiful. Because beautiful, you cannot say beautifuler, right? More handsome. Because you cannot say handsomer, right? But because higher, ER already made it in its comparative form, then you cannot put more. Cannot. It's the same way you cannot say more prettier. Wrong. You cannot say more better. Also wrong. Better is already comparative form. Prettier is already comparative form. Higher is already comparative form. Okay? You put more on the words that cannot transform itself into a comparative. Okay? So the correct answer is even higher than the current 19,386 cases, as the nation has entered its peak dengue season from June to October. Blank to the warmer weather. We're talking cause and effect here. Okay, this is the effect. This is the cause. So what word do you use to portray that? Okay. It perfectly pairs with the word to. What do you think is the word? Very good. Listen to me, Resia. Cannot say thanks to. Because if you say thanks to, thanks to can have two implications. Thanks to can be positive, but thanks to can also be sarcastic. Okay, but we're basically talking about facts. We're just talking about facts, so the more appropriate word is actually due to. The warmer weather, the mosquitoes breed quickly and the virus multiplies. Okay, now blank to the Ministry of Health. Okay, dengue is spread blank the bite of female Aedes mosquito. Okay, we are talking about what the Ministry of Health said. So if you're trying to quote a group, an institution of a person, or according or on what they actually said, you actually say what? It also pairs with the word to. Yonke, hello. Aznad, hello. Kera, very good. 5 more seconds. Anyone else? Okay, good job. It's according to. Quite a lot of new people today. Hello, please remember to follow us if you haven't yet. Thank you, thank you. Okay. According to Ministry of Health, dengue is spread blank. So if you want to talk about how dengue is spread, what do you say? It's spread. How? This is the one, the last session, of course, we come in for. One of the last. Thank you, Razia. Okay, Yonke. Okay, now you are all confused by through or by, correct? Now, normally, um, because you're talking about the bite, okay, you're talking about the bite, so you cannot say by, because normally, by, you use it when you're referring to the actual um cause. So it could be the person, or it could be the verb, it could be the action. But because you're talking about the noun, it has to be through. It's spread through the bite of a female Aedes mosquito. Okay. Now, a mosquito, okay, Razia using cannot, okay, because using the bite, it's because when you say it's spread using the bites of an email, when you say using, you're basically saying that it's another person or animal doing using it. And then using means to say this is the female Aedes mosquito, I'm the one holding the mosquito and causing the dengue, like that. That's how it would portray if you use the word using. Okay, but it's this very thing. If let's say this is the mosquito, this is the one doing the action, so you cannot say using, because using would mean to say there's another mosquito using this mosquito to actually spread the dengue. Okay, hello Iman, welcome to you. Now, a mosquito blank infected with dengue after taking blood from a dengue infected person. Okay, this is explaining, okay? This sentence is explaining that how a mosquito turns into a mosquito that spreads the dengue. Okay, it's explaining. So look at the word infected. How do they turn into like that? Okay. Log said a mosquito is infected with dengue after taking blood from an infected person. I will not accept. Okay, first things first. I will not accept is. Okay. Because is does not talk about the transformation. Okay, from this to that. Okay, from non-infected to infected. Okay, so I will not accept is. Now, I want the word that talks about the transition from non-infected to infected. Okay, turns infected. No, turns infected. Razia, you are close enough. Okay, very good. I am looking for the word becomes. Becomes infected with dengue after taking blood from a dengue infected person. Okay, it can then infect other people after 8 to 12 days and blank on the disease for the rest of its 2-week lifespan. Okay, now, so first we talked about how a mosquito becomes infected from not infected. Now, once it's officially infected with dengue, it will, what's the next step? It will then infect other people. When? After 8 to 12 days. And then what happens after that? They blank on the disease. What's the word that pairs with the word on? This is phrasal verb collocation. Okay, very good. Razia, not exactly. The best word to pair this is actually Kara and Logset. You are right. Pass on the disease for the rest of its 2-week lifespan. Okay. Now, unknown, be very careful with your tense because if you think about it, it has the word can. It can then infect and it can then pass. When you are using modal verbs, it has to be followed by base form. Can, could, might, would, all of this followed by base form, yeah? Okay. Is it still accepted? What's accepted, Resya? Continues on to the disease, is it? Is it the word continues or are still talking about the previous one, which is turns? Resya, turns I will not accept. A mosquito turns infected? No. Turn, while very close to become, in this context is not the right word. It's not the right word for this. So turns cannot. Now, what I'm actually happy with is that no, the continues. 12 days and continues on the disease for the rest of the week. No, continues also cannot, because when you say continue, it does not really talk about them passing the disease. You can say continue on. It can mean that he continues to get to be infected, but it does not talk about passing this on or transferring it to someone else, right? But that's what the sentence is aiming to say, that this mosquito in this time, by this time after getting infected, actually passes on the dengue to someone else. Okay, Resya, that's fine. I'd rather you ask and clarify. I'd rather you get the wrong answers now than you get it wrongly in your exams, right? Because here you don't get penalized for giving me the wrong answer. Okay, so it's a safe space for us to give it a try. No worries. Yeah. Now let's move on. Blank, there are 4 different types of dengue virus. Individuals can be infected with dengue up to 4 times. Okay, this one is pretty easy. We're basically giving a reason why a person can be infected 4 times. Why? Log sect. We're not actually, the two phrases here are not contrasting. So although doesn't work. Rezia, wow! Good job. I will accept as there are 4 times. I will accept since there are 4 times they can, and I will accept because. Okay, well done. Now, moving on, yeah? Repeat infections increase the risks of blank dengue and in turn fatality. Repeat infections increase the risk of what dengue and in turn fatality. Increase the risk of more dengue, is it? You're getting the gist of it, Zim Zam Zam. Yong K. Okay, this is very good. Very good question from Yong K. So he said, teacher, because can start a sentence. I know a lot of teachers, when you were perhaps younger, they tell you not to start the sentence with because. Okay, so normally when your teachers tell you this before, it's because the younger ones, the young ones are very prone to writing incomplete sentences. Okay, so to avoid that, a simplified version of their instruction is to tell you not to start the sentence with because. But technically, you actually can, okay? Because now that you are older, then teachers are more comfortable explaining this to you. It's just too long to explain this when you're what? P1, P2, P3, okay? The only reason why they like to say that instruction is because for the younger ones, they're very prone to writing incomplete sentences. But yes, you can technically start your sentence with because by giving still the complete thought, but just changing the order of the phrases. So, I like apples because, they taste good. Or then I can also say, because apples taste good, I like them. Yeah. So, but normally for those students who struggle to write a complete sentence, they normally just say, because apples taste good, full stop. And that's when the sentence is incomplete. And so that's why teachers don't like it. So those students who are very prone to writing incomplete sentences, they just tell them don't start your sentence with because. Okay? I hope that clarifies. Now, hello, Blackpink in the area! Welcome! Now, okay, moving on. Okay, going back to the question, repeat infection increase the risk of did anyone get the answer right? Yeah, increase the risk. Very, very good. Unknown. Increase the risk of getting. Or I will accept if you say increase the risk of serious dengue and in turn fatality. Okay, there have been 4 death blank fa this year. Okay, log sect correct. There had been 4 death. Are you a blink? Who is your bias? Okay, this is a collocation that pairs with the word fa. Okay, this one is so easy. I will give you 5 seconds for this. 5 seconds.
4, 3, 2, 1.
So the right collocation is actually so fa. Can we put threatening? Repeat infections increase the risk of threatening dengue. No, serious is the right word. If you are going for the line of threatening, it has to be serious instead of threatening resia. Okay. Can we put by? So far and by far. Let me see, is there a very serious difference between so far and by far? Is there so far by far? It's cannot. Okay. Now cannot. This is a good question, Zim Zam Zom. Let's talk about this. So far versus by far. Now, so far is more towards talking about the time, right? As in up until this point in time. Okay, so far is like saying until now. Or up until this time. Correct? We're clear with that? So this time. So up until this time or so far, I have only gotten $3 from selling a cupcake. Okay? Now, by far, you want to compare amongst everything else. You are by far the prettiest girl I've seen in this lifetime. Like that. So by far is like superlative. Superlative is like you're saying the superlative form. You are by far the most organized person I know. So by far is like the best or the worst. You see, is like superlative form. Most beautiful, the most handsome, the cleanest, the prettiest, like that. So by far is used that way. Are we clear, Zim Zam Zom? Yes. Kenna? So far is more towards time. Okay. By far is more towards superlative, as in superlative, superlative, as in the most, the greatest, the best, compared to everything else. Okay, very good. Now moving on, let's go. The National Environment Agency has carried out around 389,000 inspections in the first half of this year. Blank, let's go back. Blank, 10,800 mosquito breeding habitats. Okay, so they went to do inspections, and because they did inspections, they what? Mosquito habitats. What do you think? They so they did inspection. Rezia. Okay, Rezia, you are making an assumption. You're making an assumption there. They never gave you anything saying that they cleared the breeding habitats. Okay. It's just that if you're inspecting something, if you are inspecting, you are basically looking for something, correct? And if you're looking for something, they're actually trying to look for it, and so they found. Okay, so spotting. Okay, the word is spotting. I will accept inspection. If you inspect, finding, I will also accept. Okay. Searching cannot also, Rezia, because we are now talking about the result. Searching is like you saying, oh, I'm trying to inspect, and then the result of inspecting, searching is still an action, but I need the result of looking for it. Okay, if you're looking for something, if you're inspecting for something, you should find or you should spot, right? So we're more towards the result. Okay, now moving on. It noted that at least half of these breeding sites are found in homes, of course. Homeowners are advised to use AIDS, blank, mosquito traps or larvicide. AIDS what? It's giving you contextual clues. These are examples. When they give you examples, what exactly examples of AIDS? What exactly is the missing word? Pringles, such as, are two words. Every blank in Compre Cloze is only one word. Yeah, be careful with that. Okay, so that means to say Pringles. Razia, keep in mind, I just gave you the clue. This is a contextual clue wherein they gave you examples of the word that they want you to, of one word. So they're giving you examples of different aids. So you go and say, aid kit. I know. Okay, Razia, do keep in mind, that's a very normal mistake that students commit. Again, I will tell this again. Very normal mistakes that students commit when you only look at the words close to the blank and you don't try to cover the entire sentence. Your clues are mosquito traps and larvicide, which are examples of AIDS. So when you're giving examples, you actually say AIDS like mosquito traps and larvicide. Okay? So people, this is what I'm telling you. A huge chunk of your Compre Cloze questions are very much contextual clues. They give you examples like this. Sometimes they will define it for you. They will give you the meaning, yeah? Or sometimes they will give you the synonym, or they give you the opposite of the word. Okay, so look out for those things. So they advised, the homeowners advised to use aids like mosquito traps or larvicide to blank mosquito larvae before they reach the pupa stage. What do they want to do with this larvae? So before, they don't want this larvae to reach the pupa stage. No, cannot. Because otherwise it will turn into a mosquito that spreads dengue. Okay? So, to prevent, what do you mean prevent mosquito? Prevent from what? There's a very basic word here. Don't be scared to say the word. They want to what the mosquito before they reach the pupa stage. What does a larvicide do? Larvicide, from the word side. You want to what? Okay, this may not be a good word to type in. This may not be a good word to type in. What do you call this? TikTok. So Felicia, you're correct. But yes, I see what Yongke is doing. Very smart, very smart. Zim Zam Zam also find a way. Very smart as well. Okay, thank you. Thank you for that. And with that, we are not done. We have another page, 3 more numbers for this set, huh? Now, Professor Cook said Singaporeans can blank precautions. Yeah, such as wearing long sleeves or applying mosquito repellents. What do you do? This is collocation. These two words go together. These two are very good, Galaxy boys. You take precautions, okay? Spraying insecticide indoors is blank option, he added. So he gave you one option here, and then he gave you what? Okay, he gave you one option, and then he gave you what option? He added. So if he added, very good, people. Another option he added. There are places the mosquitoes like to rest, so spraying those places can help to blank the population. Yeah, we're trying to what the population? What word? Can put exterminate. Decrease. Okay, thinker, you are close to it. Not the most concise words. What I'm looking for, not the most precise word. What I'm looking for is reduce. So in the context of population, you actually use the word reduce the population. Thank you. You don't decrease. So I know that decrease, reduce, lower are all going down. Yeah, but that's the that's the thing about the English language. There can be words that is more appropriate in a given context. In the context of population, it has to be reduced. Okay, even the word shrink, right? Shrink also cannot. You don't shrink a population. You reduce a population. Yeah. So finally, you might consider installing anti-mosquito screens on windows like they do in Japan. Okay. Now, decline you don't use because we're looking for a verb here. We're looking for a verb here, so I will not accept the word decline. Yeah. To lessen the population. I think some people actually do say lessen, but I would say it's still not the most precise word. The most precise is still reduce. So unfortunately, I will also not accept it. Downgrade, no, because zim zam zom, normally when you say downgrade, it's not more on the number, but the quality. Yeah, you lower the quality, it's downgrade. But you want to actually lower the number. Yeah, so be careful with the subtle differences with these words. Okay? Okay, very good. That was a bit of a challenging set. It was a bit challenging, no? This one harder than the first set or easier than the first set? What do you think? What do you think, people? So, I shall proceed with set number 3 with all of you. Let's stop talking about mosquitoes. And let's be positive. So, because I'm tired talking about mosquitoes, let's talk about dogs. Yay! So, I have somehow invited mosquitoes into the live because Jean is now scratching. I may have invited them because they heard the name like, oh my god, somebody's calling us. Let's go. Okay, cannot. Not a place. Not a place for mosquitoes. Okay. Now, you prefer cats. Oh, so cute. It's okay, Zim Zam Zom. Not gonna judge you, whatever pet you prefer, huh? As long as you are a responsible pet owner, that's what matters. Okay. Yeah. So, now, ladies and gentlemen, get ready, strong people of the world. Let's go. Okay. Humans have shared a special bond with dogs for the longest time. Dogs can tell when we are happy, angry, excited, or sad, or we, for most parts, can understand their blank too. Okay, contextual clue. Contextual clue examples again. They gave you examples of the word they're looking for. So, what do you call happy, angry, sad, excited? These are emotions. Okay, emotions too. Okay, now, but dogs have a superpower that we do not have. Okay, and blank sense of smell. Okay, and that means to say the next word's pronunciation starts with a vowel and blank. So it's something we don't have. So you're given a contextual clue wherein the dogs have this have a what sense of smell. They can smell very well. Have an good cannot zim zam zam. I just told you there's an an here. Keen also cannot. I just told you there's an an here. Amazing. I like that you're all now looking for. Kara, why can Q51 be feelings? Okay, let's find the subtle difference between emotions and feelings. Let me see if I want to accept, if we can accept feelings here. Feelings versus emotions. Okay. Okay. Differences, huh? Let me see. At least we know how different is emotions with feelings and moods. Okay. Ah, okay. Listen carefully. This is something we have to learn today. Okay. Now, we cannot accept feelings. Okay, everyone, listen carefully. This is something we have to learn today because Kara asked a very good question. And to those of you who answered feelings here, okay. Now, this is a very good explanation on the difference between emotions and feelings. So, emotions are very complex, subjective experiences. So, feelings are emotions, okay. Your psychological reactions are emotions as well, okay. So, emotions are your behavioral responses to any internal or external stimuli. Okay? So when you say behavioral responses, that means to say you have love, you have sadness, you have anger. Okay? These are emotions. Now when you talk about feelings, these are subjective experiences that come from your emotions. Okay? And they are shaped by your personal perception. So the feelings are very conscious experiences. So, like, say, embarrassment, empathy, curiosity, these are feelings. Okay. So, the bigger umbrella is actually emotions. Your behavioral, these are your behavioral responses to any internal or external stimuli. So, the right word is actually emotions. Okay. Now, excellent, I feel, is correct. Now, excellent sense of smell. Um, the word we're looking for here is extraordinary. hmm Now, excellent would mean to say it's perfect, so I will not accept it. But extraordinary is the word we're looking for. Amazing sense of smell. Amazing is too generic. I want the extraordinary. That means to say it's more than, it's the level of strength of their smell is beyond what human beings are able to do. Okay, so special. Okay, now with 50 times more smell receptors in their noses than humans, dog can blank up scents of drugs and cancer. What? Even cancer, huh? Blank up. It is a collocation, specifically phrasal verb that pairs with the word up, not bring up. You don't bring up. Dogs don't bring up scent. Zim zam zom. They what? They don't bring it up. They. Five more seconds. Give it another try.
5, 4, 3, 2,
They also
1.
Zim zam zom. They don't gather scent. Gather. You want to understand like that, is it? It's pick up. Pick up scent. Although as not very good. Pick up scent of drugs and cancer. A feat we are blank to perform. A feat we as humans are blank to perform. So we're comparing the abilities of humans versus the abilities of dogs. So, but they come together with a. No, listen to me, Mr. Zim Zam Zam. Yes, of course. They try to trick you with that. And there's a lot of verbs I can pair up with: bring up, take up, walk up, walk up, woke up. Also that. So that's why they want to trick you. So I need you to put a bit more of like you have to put in more what do you call this? What's the word for it? Huh? You have to put in more analyzation, and you have to dissect the sentence carefully to get the right verb to put there. Okay. Now, unknown, very good. We are comparing the abilities of humans and dogs. So we are talking about dogs being able to pick up scents of drugs and cancer, which we are as humans, we are unable to do. Correct? Okay, next, which we are never to perform, is it? Due to the huge difference in the sense of smell between humans and dogs, our sensing of the world blank vary greatly. Sorry. Okay. What do you think is the answer for number 55? You are when you use this word for when you accept a different view or opinion. Okay. That means to say we are accepting that this is a reality now, that dogs have better or have extraordinary smell compared to us. Okay. Differs vary greatly. Andre, you cannot differs vary greatly. It would not be grammatically correct. So be mindful of that. Um, okay, I don't know. Oh, it's fine, Galaxy Boys. It's fine. Okay. Um, so the answer, okay, due to the huge difference in our ability and the dog's ability to smell, our sensing of the world may vary greatly. Cannot use will. It's because there's no definite way to say it because we are not dogs. We can only make we can, unless we meet someone who can transform into dogs, then that one can, but we can only make a very informed assumption about it. And also we also use to accept a different view or opinion. Okay, now let's move on. Okay, now birds blank dogs. Okay, so at first we were comparing animals. We were comparing uh it's very not very. Now, everyone, we move on, yeah? Birds, earlier we were doing a comparison between dogs and humans. Now we do birds and dogs, okay? And then look at your comma here. Have a less developed sense of smell, okay? So, again, another comparison here. Now, we are comparing dogs and birds, and then this one here is talking about birds. They have less developed sense of smell. So, of course, because dogs have extraordinary sense of smell and birds do have less developed sense of smell, so they are not the same. So, unlike, very good. Have less developed sense of smell. They blank mainly on their senses of sight and hearing. Okay, much like humans. Okay, so if they don't have very strong sense of smell, they will then blank. They will then blank mainly on. It's another phrasal verb that pairs with the word on. Quickly, quickly, quickly. 5 more seconds.
4, 3,
Okay.
2, 1.
Very good. They rely on their senses of sight and hearing. Now, in terms of communication, there are some blank between birds and humans too. Okay? In terms of communication, now we are doing a different one. Okay? Now, we're doing, hold on, be careful within this number, huh? In terms of communication, there are some blank between birds and humans. We are not sure whether it's talking about similarities or differences, so read the next sentence. Both humans and birds can produce a wide range of sounds. So we are actually talking about something that both groups can do. So are we talking about something different or something that's the same? Very good. We are talking about similarities. Okay. Now, be careful. This is one of the things where I told you, some of you who are not very mindful, some of you who are not very mindful of the clues. This is one of the things I tell you, that you see the clue is literally right in the next sentence, and it's not even in the same sentence where the blank is. Okay, so be careful with that. It's true when I say your clues may be before or after the blank, but it may not be the words closest to the blank. Okay, so be careful with that. So similarities. Okay, moving on. Some birds can copy the horn of a car, the chime of doorbell, and blank distinct human voices. Okay, you are doing a listing here. You are listing something. Okay, now, first sentence is about difference. I see. Okay, so some birds can copy horn, chime of the doorbell, and what? Now, you use this word. So actually, you have encountered this word earlier. You have encountered this word earlier. You have used this word earlier also. Mhm. Now, normally you use this word, you want to introduce something surprising or unusual. Okay. If you want to use something surprising or unusual, what do you say? Hmm. So we are basically talking about what can birds copy. So like, oh, okay, can sound like a car, ha, wow. Wow, can sound like a doorbell, ha, wow. Oh, wow, also human voices like that. So when you want to reveal something that's surprising or unusual, you use the word even. Hmm. Yeah. Now moving on. Through vocals, birds can convey complex messages such as mating and warning signals. And likewise, humans use spoken language and vocals to blank our thoughts and emotions. Okay, this one, collocation. What do you do with your thoughts and emotions? You you speak about them, okay? You mhm. The collocation is express. Mhm. Well, it may be sometimes like, oh, I want to convey my thoughts. You don't convey your emotions, you only convey a message. But for both thoughts and emotions, the right word is express. Mhm. Okay. You don't show normally zim zam zom because we're talking about talking. Showing is more like both talking and body language. But because we're only talking about spoken language, it has to be expressed. To communicate our thoughts and emotions. Uh, the one who asked about why cannot communicate, it's because this is also testing you with collocation, words that normally go together. Mm. So you normally, when you talk about the using of your vocals or your spoken language to tell people what you are feeling, you actually use express your thoughts and emotions. Mm. Mm. Can say share your thoughts and emotions, log sect. I will also not accept for the basis of using the right collocation for this one. Mhm. So PSLE markers will mark as wrong. So fuzzy finds, good question. So I would assume, yeah, that because when they create the examination for you, of course people create the questions, then it goes through another round of checking by someone else. Of course they will try their best to make sure and deliberate, especially for questions like this, right? They will deliberate whether they will accept more than one word, which obviously if they discuss it amongst themselves, they will go and say, okay, yes, we can accept these groups of words as an answer, for example, or no, we will only accept this word. So what I can assure you is the examination goes through um, careful deliberation to make sure that they anticipate what you may possibly write as an answer, and then they anticipate whether they will accept those answers or not. Okay, so there are cases when they create the answer key, they will decide this number, this is the only word that can be accepted, or that number we will accept these two possible answers. Okay, yeah. Mm-mm. So be careful with that, okay? But let's move on, everyone. But blank makes birds so captivating is that they can fly, okay? They can fly. This one is pretty straightforward. What do you think? Mm-hmm. We're still in number 61. Mm-hmm. Very good. This one is pretty straightforward, right? What makes birds so captivating is that they can fly. Okay. Blank, other animals can fly like birds too. Okay. Like birds do. Hold on. We're moving on to number 62. Blank, other animal can fly like birds do. Remember, only the group only one group of animals can fly. Only birds. Remember that. Therefore, some other animals can fly like birds. No. Engine forever, hello, welcome to you. No. Only birds can fly. People. I mean, dinosaurs no longer exist. That one I can tell you. But only birds can fly. So therefore, very good. Correct, Kara. Correct, Kara. No, the answer is no other animal can fly like birds do. They can soar through the sky while we remain on the. Very good. This is contextual clue. Antonyms. They gave you the opposite. Okay. What do you think? Good question. Good question from Zim Zam Zam. Teacher, how about insects? Now, what this sentence is trying to say is like birds do. What do you think? Actually, other groups of animals can fly, but not the same way the birds can. So, for example, insects can fly, but like, for example, only up to this height or distance, not unlike how the birds are able to fly. Okay, so technically there are other groups of animals that can fly. I stand corrected. But what the sentence would like to say is that um, while they can also fly, the way birds can fly is different from how their ability to fly is. Okay, Zim Zam Zom, does that clarify? Okay, now they can soar through the sky while we remain on the ground. Hip hop! Sky, ground. Okay, when we see birds flying freely, it blankets dream of flying too. It blankets dream of flying too. No, I will not accept surface and land. Land because you didn't say on the land, you say on land. Surface is because it's not a direct surface can mean the ground. Surface can mean here, or surface can mean it does not mean the ground technically. Surfaces can be, these are all surfaces. Those can be surfaces, right? So if I want to talk about the very opposite of the sky, I have to say the ground. Land I will also not accept, because if I were to use land, we remain, I don't say on the land, I would most likely say we remain on land. Okay, now moving on, people of the world, it Blanca's dream of flying too. Okay, this one pretty easy, right? Fizarif and Felicia, very good. What happened to that? How come this doesn't ring properly? Hold on. I don't know if you guys actually heard the difference, but I think that sounded weird at the beginning, so now it rings very well. Well done. It makes us, the word is, it makes us dream of flying too. Okay, now, imagine looking down at the land and sea beneath you without an airplane window, feeling the wind guiding you to blank your heart desires. Listen carefully. Imagine looking down at the land and sea beneath you without an airplane window, feeling the wind guiding you to blank your heart desire. You're being guided to a specific place where you want to be. So the word is where your heart desires. Where your heart desires. Birds show us that what it means to be free and remind us to always reach for the sky. Okay? Very good. To where your heart desires. I will not accept wherever. I will only accept where. Sure, 64 can be gets. 64. Hold on. When we see birds flying freely, it gets us dream of flying too. Wrong grammar. It makes us dream of flying too. I will not accept gets here. Definitely no. What about cause? When we see birds flying freely, it causes us dream of flying too. So number one cannot say cause. If we are to actually force the word cause here, it has to be causes. Number two cannot be cause. because while it's very close to the word makes, it's not a precise word to use here. It has to be makes still. No. Mm-hmm. Cannot. Cannot. Definitely no. Um, this is definitely Razia. Here's one thing I can definitely advise you. Um, your answers show me that you actually get the context of the sentences. It's just that there is a lot more practice needed on making sure that you are putting the most precise word in the blank. Okay, not the easiest thing to do, but you are on the right track because you do actually show an understanding of the context of the sentence given to you. So no worries. Okay. Okay, people. I put what I think first. So you actually trust in instincts, in your instincts, right? That's one thing I usually tell my students. Of course, trust in your instincts, but make sure that you also check your work. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Um, so everyone, a few reminders for comprehension close. Okay, let's do a very quick, important recap before I let you go. Okay, so Compre close. Let me give you a few important what do you call this, examination SOP. What to do when you're dealing with something. Hello, hey Rose. Madam, where have you been? So, Compre close, I will also talk about editing. Okay. Are you doing more live, teacher? Stitch 101, tomorrow you will see me. Okay, let me actually just do the quick important announcement before I let you guys go. So tomorrow, do keep in mind, tomorrow is the day. Yes, tomorrow is the day you will see our curriculum directors, Agnes and Jamie's. They will be with us from 7:30 to 9:30 p.m. tomorrow night, people. They will be entertaining some of your most burning questions for paper 1 and 2 English. Okay, so come and join the live. I will be moderating, so I'll be around, just not in front of the camera, but you can say hi to me. Okay, I will be moderating for this live session. Drop your questions. Either you drop them or comment them on our posts because we posted about this, or you join the live and then comment them during the live. Okay. Number two, James and Agnes will also talk about commonly tested grammar and SNT questions. We will pick it out from PSLE previous questions. And finally, examination tips and SOPs. SOP as in standard operating procedure. What are the steps you should actually follow when you're dealing with this section of the paper or that section of the paper? Okay. And then, do you have any like S1 live? I'm so cooked for examinations. Hello, Hero. So at the moment, um, you can expect for secondary live sessions with our live host Nathan. He's gonna go through those secondary papers starting next week. Okay, so my advice for you is listen carefully. Watch out for our live session schedule every Monday because starting next week, our live host Nathan will be going through secondary papers. Okay, so tomorrow night, everyone, and the following night on Wednesday, just before the PSLE paper 1 and 2, you will get this very important opportunity to ask important questions. And I would say it's even also good for your parents to join because they will also give tips for parents on what they can do to support you before your examination, during your examination, and after your examination. Because I know some of you after the exam, you memorize the questions and you go and say, Char, I have this question, Char. What's the answer for this? And then you tell, I have so many students who do that. They actually memorize a question they didn't know the answer to, and then they will immediately text me immediately when they go out of the examination. So how do you deal with these things? What must you do during, or what must you do after the examination? There's things that Jamie's and Agnes may go through tomorrow. Okay. Um, will you go through comprehension engine forever? Is that a question for tomorrow's live? Is the session done? Rezia, basically my session is done. I'm doing final reminders for tomorrow. So Rezia, Make sure we see it tomorrow. But tomorrow, I will still be doing my own live session before the 7:30 live session. So catch me at 5, I don't know, 4:30 people. 4:30 to 5:30. Yay, I'm still around. But of course, don't worry, during this live, I will still be with you tomorrow night with Yuki and with Jean. We'll be talking to you in the comment section of a TikTok. Okay? So share this with your friends so at least you can chill but still revising for the examination. You know what I mean? I don't want you to stress out just before your exam because ultimately you need to be in perfect physical and mental condition when you go and sit for your examinations. That means to say you have to be very healthily hydrated, you have to have enough sleep, and you cannot feel the stress on the examination itself. Okay, a lot of chores. Yes, Razia, we're all full force to help you for your examinations. Yeah, I have a concert mid-exam next week. Oh wow, very busy, huh? Hey Rose, huh? Hey Rose, I went in to check your poetry account. Make sure you post more, huh? I think when I went in, I saw 2. You see, I told you I was gonna check it out. Rose, by the way, has her poetry account, so go and follow her and check out her written creatives. Okay, yeah. All right, people. I shall say goodbye to you all. If you enjoyed the live, those of you who haven't followed yet, follow now. Okay, people of the world, thank you so much. I will see you again tomorrow. Goodbye.